It's easier to blame someone than to take responsibility. This is something that human beings have known since the beginning of history, since the Garden of Eden. The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. The serpent deceived me, and I ate. So, from then on, human beings learned to blame someone else as a way of getting rid of mistakes. So since Adam and Eve, we've been through Cain, who killed his own brother, because the blame for Cain had offered an offering that was rejected was his brother's and not his. And then we have many others, the brothers of Joseph, who thought to be despised by the father because Joseph was an exemplary son. We have King Saul, who disobeyed a direct order because the people wanted to follow a different path, and he decided to disobey God. I could give many biblical and extra-biblical examples of people who always, at first, tried to shift the blame to others. The blame for their mistakes, failures, then filled with anger, pointed out to someone, and they accused them. So-and-so did this, did that, I'm here because so-and-so impeded me on moving on. So this spirit of blaming someone else instead of taking responsibility and doing the best has been in human beings since the beginning, since sin has entered humanity. This is a deceiving spirit, because what happens when someone blames someone else for their problems? Let's go, let's think. I invite you to reason with me. I'm not saying here, let me add this, that there are no injustices, that you don't suffer at the hands of others, and that others may not have tried, or maybe even accomplished that to impede your progress. I'm not eliminating the fact that there are bad people in this world. There are selfish people, and they will do anything to rise in life, even if that means to stomp on you. I'm not saying that this does not exist. What I'm saying is, you cannot change this. You cannot change the human being. You cannot change the world and make the world to be like the one described in John Lennon's song. But what you can do is to take upon yourself the responsibility of your reactions, on how will you react before the problems, and what you do about these difficulties that are placed in your path. I was listening yesterday to a short testimony of a blind woman. She lost her eyesight, and she was saying, "Today I see more than when I had perfect eyes." Can you understand this? I don't know if you do. I don't know if you understand what she meant. But she said, "I don't even know if I would like to recover my eyesight, because the worlds that opened to me when I became blind, the things that I started to see through my mind, my understanding after I lost my eyesight, which I had never seen before when I had two good eyes." And she was very happy, with a smile in her lips. A commendable person, Even with a deficiency, my God, any deficiency is bad, but imagine you losing your eyesight. But she was not sad. She was not blaming herself. She was not blaming others. She was not saying people should do more this or that for the blind people. No, she wasn't saying none of that. Even though there's much more that can be done, but she had a spirit of responsibility over her own situation. She learned to deal with her situation in a different way, where she drew lessons. As she couldn't count on part of her life, which was her eyesight, then she decided to improve other skills. The loss of her sight led her to improve her understanding. Usually, when someone loses one of their 5 senses, the others become better, but her understanding became better. She decided to start using her understanding, what she could learn, what she could draw from that situation. And this testimony that she shared blessed me. And it can bless you too. Maybe you are there, complaining, murmuring about your mother, father, who did not do what you would like them to have done. Maybe you haven't had a present parent. Maybe you were born in a poor area in the city, a neighborhood where people were considered to be poor, miserable, and you say, I'm a disgraceful person, I'm a miserable person, I'm poor, as if people are only worth their bank balance. Because I met many rich who are poor, and many poor people who are more than billionaires. But at times, the person thinks that their bank balance has something to do with the worth of their own lives. Maybe you thought like this. Perhaps you consider yourself as an unhappy person, unfortunate person, because you don't have the support of anyone, you haven't had the study you wanted to have. Anyway, you had some sort of setback in your life and you keep on lamenting. You became a bitter person, a grumpy person. Do you know what I'm talking about? Whoever passes by you hears you're whining, you're murmuring, because you keep on complaining about life, blaming everyone. You became a bitter person, someone who is angry. This is the light case of this disease. The light case of this disease is the person to become a grumpy person and to keep on whining, complaining to others. But the most critical case of this disease is which the person becomes revengeful, filled with anger. At times you see this in the news when someone grabs a weapon, a knife, and they shoot randomly people who have nothing to do with their problems. They enter a school, they kill students, teachers, because they think they've done this to me, I will do that to others. This is the critical case of this disease. It's when you start to feel so much anger, hatred for human beings, for people, that you start to pour this hatred, to breathe this hatred as smoke through your nostrils, and your eyes are filled with anger. And who is this hurting, I ask you? Who is this hurting the most? It's only you who loses, dear friend. You are the only one losing because of one single decision, the decision of saying, so-and-so hurt me. It was not my fault. They hurt me, and poor me. You are the only one who loses. What would be of humanity? At times I ask myself, if Adam had come to God and said, Lord, I sinned. Forgive me. It's my fault. What's not Eve's fault. It was my fault. I should have corrected her. I should have been more careful and fulfilled the mission you gave me to take care of her, to care for her. But I gave more years to her than to you, Lord. I imagine how this world would have been if Adam had had this type of attitude. But this is gone. We cannot change the past, but today you can have a different attitude. What are you going to do? Are you going to find someone to blame, or you will take the responsibility of your life? If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.